Hello there. I'm excited to launch our new SaaS product at DesisHub. So me and my team, we have been working on this product for the past 8 months and 1 week now, but we have now managed to complete it and now ship it. So I'm extremely excited to launch our new product called Lectify. Simply, this is a multi-school management system built on top of Next.js, handling our front end. Back end, we use Honor. For our file storages, we use Ara2, and we use other interesting tools like React Query to handle our caching on the front end, and other various tools that we integrated onto the platform. So this is simply a multi-school. In other words, it's a multi-tenant school management platform, meaning you have one platform having full control over other schools that are onboarding. So you have one platform onboarding various schools. So we have managed to ship over 40 standard SaaS features onto this SaaS system. Simply, this is Lectify. So besides it being a multi-school system, it's also a multi-level system, meaning you have various schools, or these schools can have different levels, meaning you can have a school having the primary level, the secondary level, the university level at one hand. So these are so far the standard features that we have managed to ship. You can manage the academic years onto the platform, academic terms, education levels as previously mentioned. You can manage the classes, the streams, the subjects. You can assign, you can allocate new subjects, or you can allocate subjects to teachers. You have the timetable included. So all these various features are found onto Lectify, the product that we have been working on. So under the student information system, you have student admissions and enrollments, you have student profiles, you have students assigned to classes and streams, the finances. So for the finances, we used Stripe to handle our payments. So you have Stripe Connect. So specifically, we use Stripe Connect in that you have a school admin having access to or having commission to each and every transaction that is taking place onto the system. So you have all these features. You can allocate fees terms, you can create new fees terms, you can create billing rules. All these are found onto one system. So this is the first video that I'm creating, the first of many. So I'm going to be creating each and every feature. I'm going to be creating new videos demonstrating or going deeper into each and every feature. So currently, this is how our system looks like. So besides it being a multi school, it's also a multi language, meaning it supports multiple languages. Currently, it's supporting English and Spanish. Yeah, it's supporting English and Spanish, but in the near future, we shall make sure that it supports at least other languages. So this is the landing page of the system. The landing page of the system. So the system has various roles. Being it's a multi-tenant management system, you have the super admin role, you have the school admin role, the student, the parent, and other interesting roles onto the system. So let us log into the super admin account. We try to create at least, we try to see how a school is created onto the system, and we try to see how the super admin accounts tries to manage other accounts. So let me log into the super admin account. Let me enter. Login successful. So this is how the super admin account. So you have this overview. The total schools you have, the active students that you're having, the pending applications, all this is onto the super admin account. So you have overview of some few stats that you have. So under the school management is where you find where all your schools are listed. So far we have so far the schools that we have. We are going to create one school and we see how this can happen. So you have the school applications. So what this means is that you have various admins or referrals coming onto the system. They can send applications, so you can come this side on the super admin account and you view the applications on details. So you see like this application by John Ellipse, you see that all this is from the form that we are going to see later, that helps the admins who want to be onboarded onto the platform to. So this is the application. You have the details, the contact info, so you can contact this admin using this email. You have all the interests he wants onto this product. All this, you have the wish list, you have the subscriptions. So on through the system you have different subscriptions. So each and every, as we are going to see later in the videos, schools have monthly subscriptions. You have the revenues generated, or the revenues you have money to collect onto these various schools that you have. All these are the revenues. So under here you have the education levels. So the super admin has access to education levels. You can add a new education level. So the super admin can create new education levels onto the platform, being that you can find various schools having various, you can find a school having various levels. So far these are so far the levels that we have. We have the secondary, the primary, the preparatory, the primary, the university, all these levels. So you can add a new level, you can manage here, you can add a new level, a prefix. A prefix simply is something that is going to be added onto the class, as I'm going to explain later. So you can add a new level, you can delete, you can edit a level, all that. So let us create one school and we see how we can how schools on board. So under the school applications, you have access to adding a new school. So far, these are schools we have. So on the first step, we first have to enter the school basic information. So in this case, let me say this is the school is called, let me say, Maras High School. So this is the school. The contact info, the created ad, I'll leave that. So the next part is where we enter, or is where we connect our, is where we make sure that the school bank accounts are connected well to the system. So being that we are using Stripe Connect, we have to connect our Stripe accounts to the school is Stripe account for faster and great use of payments. So here, the school, I'll go on and generate a Stripe connection link on the super admin account, then send this connection link to the school, which they will use the school to connect their Stripe account to ours. So the next part is where we enter the commission, being that we are going to charge on every transaction that is being charged onto the platform. We shall have a fee that we are being deducted. So it can be 1%. So this is in percentage, can either be 2% or 3%. This is controlled by the super admin. So the subscription per user. So you have all the users that are using the platform. You are charging them. Let me say this is $5. Then you have students uploading assignments. So each and every student, we are going to charge him, or each and every GB that is used onto the system. Let me say a school is using it is having like 50 GB. Now 50 GB we will charge something like $3 on each and every GB, something like that. So the next part is where we create the school subdomain. So we are going to have school subdomains. We are going to have schools having different domains, meaning a school can have something like Code High School at gym at codehighschool.disschools.org, having its own unique subdomain. That is so interesting. So our school was called, Marvelous High School. So I'll come this side. I want our school to be having subdomain called Marvelous High School. The next part is where we create the school admin. So let us create one here. I use effect filler, copy this. We are going to send an email of this. We are going to send an email to this admin. So I use a mail letter here in order to make sure that we are receiving perfectly this email. After, I'll go to the next level. The next step is where I select the levels, the academic levels. So being that, as I explained earlier, being that this school can have various levels, this is where we assign levels to the school. So let me say it is having a primary and secondary. Let me set the default one to be into the primary level. So by default, when you log into the school, the primary level will be the one selected by default. So after I create this school, that's how you create a new school onto the system. So I expect an email. Perfect. It is here. So we have already received an email for this school. So welcome, congratulations, you're onboarding. Perfect. So this is the subdomain that I was talking about. When the admin clicks this, you'll be redirected to the school portal. Now this is where the students, the parents, the teachers can access this school portal specifically. You see that it is Marvelous High School schools.org, something like that. This is very interesting. So let me change this to English and try to log into our account. So the email was that, then the password, we shall use that. Then let me log into this account. Perfect. We have logged into the account. So they are telling us, so on the first thing that will be asked will be a setup required. So being that this is a new school, we have to create a new academic year and a new academic term in order to start our new academic journey. So let me create here the first academic year onto our school. So I'll come here, create academic year. Let me say this is 2025 to 2026. 2026. Let me say the code is 2026, the academic code. So the academic year will begin or will commence from 2025 first to 2026, December 2026. This is when this academic year will end, something like that. So being that we don't have any academic years, I can set this to be our current one. So after creating a new academic year, you will be redirected to create an academic term. Each academic year must have an academic term. So this is first spring, something like that. Don't forget the code. So this is term 1, which is okay. Let me create when this academic term is going to begin. So let me say it's going to begin on 1st December to, let me say, April 30th or 29th. Being that we also don't have a current academic term in this academic year, I'll set this to be the current one. So after that, I create the academic term. So academic term has been set successful. Besides that, you see that the other levels that we selected, they have been successfully created. So in the next videos, we are going to see how to configure all this, configuring levels. Currently, you see that our current academic year is this one, the one that we have just created. And inside this, we have the current academic term. So you have these classes. So remember, This is the preschool education level, the one that we set to be our default one. So by default, if you have like an education level taking 3 years to be accomplished, meaning these are three classes, or these are three classes that we will be creating by default for this academic level. So these are so far the three classes that we have just created into this specific school that this level will take. So in the next videos, we are going to see how you can create new subjects, you can assign new subjects to new terms, all that. So that's it for this video. Uh, Thank you. Let us meet into the next video.